So why do we have homecoming? I mean, after all, we're here every Sunday, week after week, month after month, year after year. But isn't that just what today's about? That we have been here Sunday after Sunday, week after week, month after month, year after year, for 165 years? Isn't that worth pausing to celebrate? Isn't that a special occasion? But homecoming is more than just celebrating longevity. Homecoming is a time to remember all those people who have gone on before us, gone on even before the Bradbury family. All of those saints who have given of their time and their energy. All of those Sunday school teachers, all of those youth group leaders, all of those trustees who have kept the building intact. And did you see that they are still working? Did you see that giant piece of equipment out there? Hooray for the trustees, because I don't want to climb up on that steeple to try to repair it. And all those people on Finance Committee, and don't forget all those people on SPRC. And then there's the Care Committee, the Hostess Committee, the Fellowship Committee. All of those people, all of those years working so that you and I can be here today and say, we are 165 years old. But homecoming is about more than longevity, more than remembering those who have gone on before us. After all, that hymn we sang as our last hymn today is, and are we yet alive? We can celebrate today that all of us are here in this church, and this church is still alive. Amen?
Amen.
And are we yet alive? But homecoming is more than longevity, more than celebrating all those who have gone before, and more than celebrating us. Homecoming is about celebrating our commitment to God. In the Joseph passage that Reverend Kerr read for you this morning, you heard the story of Joseph reuniting with his brothers after all those years of conflict and fighting, misunderstandings, worse than all those words, put down in a pit, sold into slavery, and finally, after their father dies, it's God's time for them to unite, to be reunited as a family. But what makes homecoming so special in the context of the church, as Joseph learned, living for Jesus gives us a broader, a deeper meaning to both the bad and the good. Joseph was able to say to his brothers, don't worry about it, because what you meant for evil, what you meant for wrong, God means for good. Joseph's commitment to God is what made homecoming possible. If Joseph had not been committed to doing what God wanted, no matter what it brought, there would have never been the closeness to God or the closeness to his brothers. So today, when we celebrate homecoming, we're celebrating not all those people that have gone on before us commitment, but our commitment, our willingness to continue to work to be the family of God. And as Christians, we celebrate not only that we journey with Jesus, but that Jesus is our home. Wherever we are, with Jesus in our hearts, we are at home. We're not just on our way, we have arrived in one sense, because we are God's and we journey with Jesus. But as Christians, we're called to recognize that there are those who have no home. They have not yet met Jesus. They are homeless. And so our call is to bring those from exile home. All the least, the last, the lost, the lonely. To make sure that they're included in our family, in our homecoming. And so just as this church has stood for 165 years in ministry and mission, so we are called to continue on the way, to continue to be open hearts, open doors, open minds, the welcoming, the beacon for the community and for the world. So that when we see Jesus face to face, we will not be looking so much for those words of praise, "Well done, my good and faithful servant," but simply for those words, "Welcome home, my child." Amen.